Another upload already? Damn! I'm on fire. Anyways, hi, I'm Arthur. You may have seen me from my silly little TikToks, or maybe you saw my last video. Which, in that case, you're welcome. I love that video. I watched it so many times. I thought it was very funny. Okay, first, for context, I am turning 19 in like 18 days. That's very scary. It's very exciting. I always have some sense of like, or at least since turning like 16, I've had like an overwhelming sense of like, this feels like a crucial moment in my life. And I'm scared. Just like this overwhelming fear always passes through me every single time I go up in age now, especially since this is my last year being a teenager. That's scary. There's some things that are like instantly gonna change, like I'm gonna have to pay taxes. I legally can drink and smoke in every single province in all of Canada. I'm 1 year closer to death. And like I said, it's my last year being a teen. So in honor of my birthday and leaving 18 in the past, the first year of me being an adult, I have written down 18 life lessons. So here is my 18 life lessons I learned of being 18. Number 1, you have to do things for yourself to succeed. This is something I really struggled with my whole life. I kind of just was doing what I was told and would do things for other people, especially in my teen years. I spent all of my teen years doing things for other people, and I didn't do really anything for myself. And because of that, I just, first off, didn't know who I was. I was so lost, and I became somewhat of a follower, and I lost my creative spark. Like, life just felt dull and bland, and I hated it. And when you do things for yourself, like, you actually get somewhere. If you just spend your whole life doing stuff for other people, it's just not gonna get you really anywhere, especially since a lot of people will just take advantage of that. Number 2, fearing failure is what will cause you to fail. I have always told myself, and I still tell myself this sometimes, oh, I can't do that because I'm scared I'll fail, or I'm scared of this, and what if this happens, what if this happens? And at the end of the day, I'm just scared of failing. And like, people seeing me fail too, I'm very scared of. So I've realized if I just stop like being afraid of failing and like people seeing me fail and having to crawl my way back up, then I'll actually succeed. And I did start succeeding. So, yeah. Doing bad things doesn't make you a bad person. Not feeling remorse for your actions, not apologizing, not fixing yourself, and doing it again does. Now, this isn't 100% true. I definitely think there's some things that if you do them, you are a shit person. But in the sense of the everyday person and does something to hurt a friend or something along those lines, as long as they do the opposite of this, which would be feel remorse for their actions, apologize, fix themselves, and never do it again, I think that it doesn't make them a bad person. Doing something for yourself instead of for the approval of others is more rewarding. This one is so true. Like, I'll elaborate on that one a little bit more because I feel like I have more that relate to that. Being patient isn't waiting for good things to happen. It's working hard to achieve those things over time. This was one that I really struggle with. I really struggle with being patient, especially when I am working so hard and then I finally get a moment to sit and be like, oh, why hasn't anything changed? Or why am I not at the place that I want to be at? This has happened to me a couple times and I've literally like broke down crying being like, oh, why is nothing changing for me? And my sister had to be like, you've literally achieved so much. Just give it time. Just give it time. You are capable of making the life of your dreams for yourself. This is something I'm still kind of grappling with, and it's something I'm like slowly working towards. Every single day is a new day of me working towards the life of my dreams. And it's coming into fruition very quickly, and it's very exciting, but also a little nerve-wracking because I don't really know what I'm gonna do when I get there. But that's a future Arthur problem. Time doesn't always heal. I don't want to elaborate on that one. Self-expression is self-care. Okay? I stand by that wholeheartedly. Like, I feel like doing fun crafts and making stuff for myself to wear and changing my appearance to fit what I think is cool is 100% self-care. Burnout is temporary. Give yourself some grace. You're not going to be burned out for the rest of your life. You could be burned out for years, but you will break out of it. Don't worry. Be hopeful. Not everyone will hurt you. It's okay to rely on others sometimes. I actually struggle with this a lot. I've had lots of instances where I've relied on someone and they've took advantage of that, and it's really affected how I handle relationships, whether that's romantic or platonic. I just find it hard to trust people because I fear that they might fire it back at me. I don't know, I'm slowly working towards fixing that, and I have people in my life who have helped a lot towards that. It's okay to keep something to yourself for your health and for your safety. If you don't feel like sharing your feelings to someone, you don't have to. Live in the moment. Oh, this is one that I've really been living up, especially in the past couple months since like October. I've just been having so much fun and doing things, enjoying the moments, not worrying about the future, the aftermath, being a little reckless, but not like, oh, I'm jumping off a building reckless. Like, just in the moment, like, oh, I'm gonna get drunk and I'm gonna say silly stuff and I'm gonna dance a lot and I'm not gonna feel embarrassed about it right now. And if I do later, well, I'm just gonna tell myself how good I felt in that moment. And it's kind of breaking that cycle of hating yourself and making yourself feel like you're cringe and weird when you're not. When you're cool and awesome and sexy and powerful. Those are my affirmations. Now is the time to make mistakes and learn about yourself and the world. I think I'm at a perfect age where I'm doing that. I did that a lot last year. I plan to do it a lot this year. And I'm really enjoying doing it because I keep having people telling me, oh, you're young. Oh, you're young. It's okay. You're young. And when people would say that, I interpreted it as like, oh, you're young. It's fine. You don't have to worry about that right now. Don't worry about that right now. Just do whatever you want and then worry about it later. I think that is not good advice at all. I think saying, oh, you're young doesn't really like get the point across or what adults or mentors should be saying to younger people, especially people my age, like 18 to like 20. I think what they should be saying instead is exactly what I wrote here. Like, now is the time to make mistakes and learn about yourself and the world. Like, explore, experiment, don't be afraid. Like I said in another one of these, which one was it? Literally the second one I wrote, like, fearing failure is what causes you to fail. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of falling. Just get back up and keep going. Just enjoy everything. And I don't mean like, oh, go nonstop until you can't go anymore. Like, learn where your limits are, learn your boundaries, learn about yourself, ask yourself questions, experiment, explore, find what fits you. And even by the time you're 30, you don't have to have your life together. I think having your life together is kind of capitalist propaganda. As long as you're happy and you're enjoying life, the mistakes we made would be worth it. The mistakes we make at 18 and 19 are worth it. You don't have to fix everything just because it isn't perfect. Perfect is not real. It is also kind of capitalist propaganda. If you think about like women's makeup or shaving ads in like the 50s, like, it's just like, oh, you must be this, you must be that, and that just has ingrained into society in so many different ways for anyone, regardless of gender. We're always trying to be perfect, but like Jace from Arcane said, there's beauty in your imperfections. Ah! That hits so hard. I fucking love that show, by the way. That scene, it touched my soul. It devoured my being. Don't let your jealousy speak louder than your love. I have a huge jealousy problem in many different aspects of my life, in the sense of wealth, in the sense of my transition, in the sense of like romantic relationships, and it's something I battle with severely. I hate the jealousy I feel, but as long as I'm not letting it speak louder than my love, and realize that a lot of the times jealousy feels like an intrusive thought. It's only something you'd feel when you have like this green haze over top of you. Jealousy is the devil on your shoulder, and love is the angel. Sometimes they can work together, but a lot of the times the jealousy is the one whispering lies and deceitful things into your ear. Not to get biblical on y'all. I'm not religious. Not everything has to be so serious. My life is just like very, very serious all the time. Even though online I'm like very not serious. But sometimes it bleeds into it, and when someone says something fucked up to me, I get really serious about it, and they're like, whoa. And then I have to take a step back and be like, wow. But one of my friends helped me realize this, because he's very unserious about so much, and I was just so serious about everything. And just seeing how unserious he is all the time really made me go, wow, I can actually breathe. And it's okay. I don't have to worry about dying every 5 seconds. I don't have to let my anxiety run my life. I'm so sorry if you can hear a dryer going on in the background. Someone's doing laundry. Some people were meant to stay out of your life. I have a problem with what I like to call people relapsing, is where I will let bad people back into my life because I crave that time in my life where I felt like I had control over a situation, because I could expect those people to fail me and betray me. I knew that would happen, and it's hard when you have good people in your life and you start to get those thoughts of like, oh, what if they're gonna betray me? What if this? And you already dedicated so much to that relationship, and you care so deeply about that relationship that you don't want it to end. But when you have someone in your life that you know is a shit relationship, and you know you don't really care about, it feels easier sometimes to keep them around, and keep like torturing yourself over this, because you know what to expect. You feel in control of the situation. That's another one I should have wrote down. I didn't write this down. It's okay to not have control over things. There's a little bonus one. I am turning 19, so I guess you get 19 instead of 18. False advertising, clickbait. Last, but definitely not least, and this is one I'm very much carrying with me. I'm carrying all these with me into 2025 and into being 19. You deserve to have a life that feels worth living. And this is not just for me specifically. Like, a lot of these, actually all of these, are just things I need to remind myself of when I get really sad, or I feel like I can't do anything anymore and I'm about to give up. These are the things that I need to remind myself of. But that one's a big one, because I think we all deserve to live a life that feels worth living, especially if you are someone who struggled with like suicide and suicidal thoughts, like myself. It can be really hard to try to build that for yourself, because in the current moment, especially for a lot of like queer people or queer and trans people who like live in abusive or homophobic or transphobic households, in that moment it can feel like this life is not worth living because I'm suffering and I'm stuck. And being stuck is scary because you don't have control. But you deserve to push through those hard times and come out on the other side of it and be able to start to build the life of your dreams. You deserve that. You deserve it. You deserve to have a life worth living. I'm not just saying that for myself, I'm saying that for so many other people, because I've gotten so many DMs over the past, 5 years, people telling me how much me just existing has helped their situation, and how people didn't know I was suffering so hard myself during those times. And I'm finally getting to a point where I don't feel like I'm suffering all the time, and I know that if I just push through till literally March, because I'm moving in March, it'll finally be worth it. And all of the hard stuff I'll have to go through when I'm finally living on my own, it'll be worth it. And I want everyone to know that it'll be worth it for you too. And that you deserve to push through hard times and achieve amazing things. Even though right now it might seem impossible. And honestly, if I was saying these exact words to me a year ago, I'd probably tell myself to fuck off, because I was so angry at every terrible thing that kept happening in my life. But I'm glad that I stuck around to see what I was able to achieve. And with that, I wanted to close out this video by singing a little song that I think really kind of embodies a lot of those feelings and emotions. Let me grab my guitar. Oh, where did I put my capo? Where did I put my capo? Oh, it's right there. I don't even know if I need my capo for this song. I wrote this song. It doesn't have a name. It probably does. Oh, I just forgot. But I just gotta remember where the capo goes. I wanna be where the weirdos are. Let me serenade you in an underground bar. I turned 18 almost a year ago, and I still don't know who the fuck I am. Let me pack my bags tonight. I wanna see the city lights. I wanna go out on the town. I want you, let's go down to our special secret places. The sun's too bright to show our faces. You are so beautiful to me. Why can't the world just look and see that we're still silly little kids, making wands out of sticks, falling in love with each other. We are one with another, all so different but the same. At the end of the day, life is the game, and we're just shoes and cars and short guys with guitars. And I don't miss it, I don't miss it, I don't miss my sad small town. I feel different, I feel different, and I would have never figured it out without those silly dreams I had of never ever being sad and falling in love with myself and asking those I love for help. I'm not where I wanna be, but I've come so far from what I see. I'm getting closer every day, my reflection smiling back at me, and I can't wait for it, I can't wait for it, I can't wait, but I will. It's so worth it, it'll be so worth it. I'm glad myself's not the one I chose to kill. That's it. If you have an idea for a name for that song, I would love to hear it, because I'm terrible at naming my music. That's the problem. I write it, I don't write the names. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little, I guess, kind of emotional, looking forward to the future video and also song. Again, I'm Arthur. You can find all my socials. I think they're linked on my page somewhere, but it's duhpurplecat everywhere. So if you think I'm cool and swaggy, you can find me in other places, like Instagram. I posted photos of me being emo on there, and TikTok, which you've probably found this through TikTok. Okay, bye.